Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. We're just going to get through some of the top news items. India has good weather for planting and above average rainfall at this time of year. And crop conditions is the other key feature that I'm going to touch on here. So the Indian farmers accelerate summer planting, sowing because of a strong monsoon. I don't know if you recall, maybe a few months ago it was actually delayed, but now it's adding up to more moisture. The country has received 6% more rainfall than normal since the start of the monsoon season on June 1st, which helped farmers to plant summer crops to 70.83 million hectares or 175 million acres by July 18th, up 4.1% from last year. And then another part that I highlighted here as well is just the few parts of the northeast India. It is a bit dry, and there, of course, you don't hit that same area all the time. Just take note, you know, uh, how these farmers are even planting their rice. It's all done by hand. Some of the probably the population in India is 50% farmers, and all small plot or majority of small plot. There's some bigger farmers, of course. You can see here just in the last 10 days, you can see the moisture anomalies. It's higher in that India area. There's still some, like they said, northwest area with less moisture. Wheat prices fall on strong supply outlook. It's harvest time seasonally, right? That's why we're talking about going long at this point here, somewhere in here. We find a seasonal low, and you should be not getting forced to sell at this point. Be patient on making some sales. But you can see here, Russia has started its shipping grain from its new crop. They're expected anywhere from 83 to 84 million metric tons. Not the record, but it's pretty. It's still a decent supply that's come to the market right now, right? So the market has pressure on it when the grain has come to the market. So here's your crop progress report, and corn's right on the good to excellent, but soybeans actually dropped off from expectations and a little bit from last week. Um, did we get enough rain? Those kind of questions. And visually at this time of year, as a crop gets more and more mature, crop ratings go down. But this is some of the highest crop ratings. I think it's the second highest in the last 10 years. And it's very likely to be above trend just because of crop ratings. Now, that doesn't dictate the crop. The other one I'm going to point out is spring wheat actually decreased a couple points there as well. And that is probably just a maturity thing. As crops mature, they don't look as good. They're not as green. Winter wheat harvest at 73%, so full harvest pressure, and maybe starting to abate here probably in weeks to come as far as harvest pressure. Now, a lot of that wheat's coming to the market. It's going to be the worst time of the year for wheat, and so Kansas and Chicago are going to put pressure on spring wheat, and then very likely to increase. So this is just a heat map of the Nasdaq, and if you just look at the Nasdaq 100 here, it's above the 20-day moving average and continues to make some new highs here. It just keeps on climbing, and some of those companies in the Nasdaq are reporting, like Microsoft and Nvidia, and they've all had higher than expected profits, and the money is going into there, not going into commodities at the moment. EU nuclear option. So this is there's some countries within the EU, the European Union, of 27 countries. Germany is considering using an anti-coercion measure targeting U.S. services if the EU cannot reach a trade deal with the U.S. President. So there's maybe some countermeasures that they are going to put on if tariffs come on, and the whole reason this got built, this ACI, was because of the trade measures that the China and Trump put on, and the first time that he was in power. So just a quick look at the weather, heat build in the corn growing region. Now, are these temperatures going to hurt the crop? It's hard to say. If there's enough moisture, it's probably not going to. But here's just a 7-day precipitation forecast. You can see that it looks like you're going to get rain. Just the flows of temperature here as well. You can see this heat index, pretty hot, and extreme heat watches basically in the River Valley, where most of the corn and soybeans are grown. So is the market going to react to that? I kind of doubt it if they got moisture. Just might mean that they're going to be growing faster. Here's your precipitation. Here you're at 3 days, now 7 days, and 10 days. And I think you get to 14 days here as well. You can see that there's enough moisture. Now, there's holes in this moisture accumulation, of course, as well. Your radar, active radar, looks like the southern Saskatchewan is going to get some more rain, or have gotten more rain, and Dakotas as well. 3 to 4 uh, temperature outlook and your precipitation outlook. So it looks like we're going to get a little bit more precipitation over the next 3 to 4 weeks, but temperature is just going to be maybe closer to normal. It's the past 7 days precipitation. Again, it's still dated a little wee bit, but you can see still the north, I call it the Yellowhead corridor and north are still deficient compared to the other areas, but there has been some local rainfalls for sure. So when you look at this as a percent of average for the growing season, it's that area is actually deficient, and that is the higher producing areas on the provinces as well. Just have a look at the market. The canola is down just slightly, and rapeseed is up a little wee bit, and the soybean oil is down like a half a penny. Crude oil is down, and the wheats are down a couple cents. So you have a look at it here. You've got a lot of moving averages all crossing over here, and the market is kind of consolidating around those short-term and longer-term moving averages, or medium-term moving averages. Same thing with the European rapeseed. Support looks like support on the short-term moving average, but the longer-term moving averages maybe put a cap on that market going up. Here's your soybean oil and how it broke out of that pendant. Now, is it going to keep going? I just did a comparison with canola on the one side and the price of the oil on the other. So here's oil is in black, and last time we were here at that kind of price, we saw, let's call it, between $750 and $800 canola, and our canola has actually been going down while that rapeseed is going up. It's still supportive. Don't get me wrong. You do see separation at times, but it looks like it's trying to separate itself a little wee bit because of the mandates and the unknown. What's going to happen with canola oil going into the U.S.? Is it going to go into the industrials, or are we going to try to find our way back into some of the food consumption that the soybean oil is going to get pulled away from? Soybean futures, downward trajectory still, closer to the midway of the range that I have highlighted there. Your soybean meal futures continue to be, hitting the bottom or very close to it. Looked like we were going to get a bit of recovery, and it kind of failed. Still looking at this area to, you know, or do things with the brokerage accounts to kind of wash out some of the deficits in some of the U.S. dollar side of the brokerage accounts. Canadian dollar index, it was going up. It had a nice little trend. We broke that trend. Scared rabbit say you would actually continue to, you maybe short that, but wheat, and I don't know what's going on with bar chart here, but you can see that the wheat values are at 609 and it's showing it's 586. So it could be the feed that's coming from the new exchange, the Miami exchange. I don't know what's going on. And I still have to use bar chart because it's not on the trading view. Kansas, full harvest pressure, as I mentioned earlier, pushing it right to the bottom of this market. Same thing with Chicago. And I think that those wheats could be actually putting pressure on the corn here as well. And the flip side, feeder cattle, making new highs again. Just lovely time to be in the beef market right now.